Hey, what's going on, everybody? From Digital Doc Games, I am Digital Doc, and you are watching Game Changers. It's the show where we play a game with the people changing the game. Today, we are joined by Xalavier Nelson Jr. He is a BAFTA-nominated, award-winning narrative director and writer. You might know him from his work on Hypnospace Outlaw, Skatebird, or perhaps the highly anticipated supernatural third-person neo-noir shooter El Paso Elsewhere. Today, though, he's here to play Ib and Ab, a two-player cooperative puzzle game set in a world where gravity both goes up and down. Xalavier Nelson Jr., welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Before we begin, what's your experience with this game and how are you feeling about our chances today?
My experience with the game is I played it years ago when it first came out, so this is a bit of a blast in the past, and I'm thinking we can do this. I think that this is the day that we speed run Ib and Ab.
Xalavier, you ready to get our speed running underway?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. Am I Ib or am I Ab? What are you feeling?
I mean, this is one of those existential questions, right?
Yeah,
Plato
exactly.
was asking, am I Ib? Am I Ab?
Yeah, I like it. Okay, well, for your first question, Xalavier. Oh, okay, I break those for you. All right, I like this already. Xalavier, I want to start by asking you about one scene in Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs, where Kristen, the main character's fiance, looks out into the sunset of Elf Planet and asks, did you ever think it would be two black people at the end of the world? Can you draw back the curtain on your approach to balancing the seemingly absurd, like worlds inhabited by stock photos of dogs, with more deep narrative threads like love and race?
I think a key piece to understanding what Strange Scaffold does and why we do it and how we do it is that if it was just the Mimi game about stock photo dogs running airports, for me at least, it wouldn't be a game worth making. So finding that point at which the work gets to say anything larger, weirder, wilder, the point at which you take something that even seems like it would be bad and use it to communicate something higher, something undeniably good. That's been kind of the focus of my entire career at this point. Taking the absurd, and the rejected and making it shippable. So, I thought for a second I missed the dance party, which I did, but
Was there a dance party? Do you want to go back?
Yeah, there was a
little
dance party.
Have a little dance? How do we do it?
I think we just exist here,
We just dance.
That's the important bit.
Do a little jiggle, feel it.
Oh, we seem to have got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle.
I know. Yeah, I think I can get around here. I could probably.
Oh,
you know
look
what I
at
mean?
you.
I'm really enjoying the physics in this. Just kind of makes me feel like a superhero.
It's very satisfying.
Very, very satisfying. So, Xalavier, it's been a long time since I've seen a developer wear his passion on his sleeve as much as you do while undergoing and talking about the process of making games. What is it that you find so cathartic about the process of game creation?
I think the process of making games is quite simply, this is a medium in which I think marginalized people have an opportunity for expression and creative agency that is kind of unparalleled, at least given the current state of the industry. If I want to make a film, I'm looking at minimum, especially if it's a mass market distribution film and, even just in the United States, that's a minimum of several $1 million. And that requires doors to be opened. That requires a certain amount of institutional buy-in in games for all of our foibles. You can, with the power of things like Unity and Unreal Engine, with the current perspective that is, and release distribution channels we have, you can impact the world with the $100 fee it takes to get on Steam, and that's basically it.
I
So you
can't
can't
jump
you
it.
can't hop from there.
But you
Okay.
should be able to, unless it's the weight problem again, you should be able to get through it. You time it right.
I resent how you call it a weight problem, but okay. It's my distinct pink stature. So let me actually, if I hop from on top of your head.
Yeah.
So you need to, can you hop with me on your head?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Pulling out the tricks there. All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
That was
this
nice.
is, the game's
Yeah.
getting tricksy.
It's getting tricky. And this could so easily be the show where there's no questions asked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Salvir, is it true that your professional career in games started at age 12, pretending to be an adult so you could write as a game journalist?
Sure is.
Where did that idea originate from, and how did it manifest?
I have always sort of had an obsession. I think if you hop on my head
Okay.
and then from there leap off,
Okay.
I hop up, you leap off. That should give you the momentum.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
So
Oh, there's also this
Three.
big blue thing. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. Woo, so
I think
almost.
actually
I
you had a good point about the big blue thing. So hop off
think
my
I
head
could
onto
jump
the big
there.
blue thing.
Yeah. There it is. All right, let me get that. Oh my God, you like feel that, like you're in an elevator falling, like feel that in your gut.
Yeah, it has a very good sense of weight and momentum to it.
Yeah.
So
In VR.
yeah, I've always been kind of obsessed about learning sort of the origins of the medium, where we've been, how we got here, and where we can go next, even as a kid. So I was reading about Duke Nukem Forever, the 12-year-old, and I read this magical sentence in a article about that game, which I was far too young to play, that said that games journalists often get video games for free. And as a 12-year-old, you know, a prepubescent kid who doesn't have to think about paying rent or having food or consistent healthcare.
I feel like that sounds about as good as it can get.
That sounds like literally the perfect career.
Well, it reminds me of like when I used to teach guitar in high school. And I think I used to charge like 60 an hour. No, it wasn't even that much. I think it was like 20 an hour when I was in high school, or 25 an hour. And I would be like, yeah, after you know, like 3 sessions or so, that's one video game. That's just how I saw the world. Was, you know, currency was video game prices.
So if the video game price is 0, then you win. You've hacked life. You found the secret formula.
This is, you know what? This game's a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be.
I usually don't have a problem doing things while answering questions, but this is a puzzle platformer.
You're 100% right, because I kind of looked at it and I was like, you know, it's kind of simple, it's cutesy. It's actually a great metaphor for your games as well. That, you know, there's just a lot more than it appears to be from, you know, just a glance.
I appreciate that. I think I need to hop on top of your head.
Yeah. But it's making us a stronger team, Olivier.
That's the important bit.
That's the essence of Game Changers. We leave Game Changers stronger than we could ever imagine. How would we do that? Unless one person has to go for it first.
Maybe.
That would seem weird.
Actually, I think do I hop on top of your head? I don't think I have a higher jump height.
It looks like this gives like some opportunity for momentum, but he's doing a look at that timing skills. Olivier goes, he clears it beautifully. Let me ask one more question here, Olivier. So from policing the internet and Hypnospace Outlaw to running a black market organ trade in Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, you've certainly left your print in the simulation game genre. What is it to you that keeps you coming back to this genre as a writer and developer?
As human beings, we live in worlds of systems. And those systems express the morality and the perspective of those who create and benefit most from it. The moment in Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator where you realize that you were thinking about a stomach or a heart or a soul the same way you would like an extra Pokemon card that you're thinking of auctioning off. That's that moment in which everything clicks about the way the world works and how that might apply to our own real life lived experiences. I kind of live for that, and simulation games have a unique opportunity to express that belief.
You have a real reverence for collaboration in game dev, and your perspective as a writer utilizing the many tools of game development to convey story is really unique and inspiring. What's the most important thing, in your opinion, for a game writer to know about the other disciplines in game development and vice versa?
Everything. The number one thing I tell aspiring game writers especially, but any developer, is the number one way to improve your craft and improve your game is to learn critical things about the discipline that you collaborate with. You will come up with ideas and solutions that you never would have attempted.
Right.
Having the perspective of the other side, being able to speak someone else's language and do so with respect and care is such a key piece of making things,
right.
Especially with limitations and with uncertain processes in a complicated world. That's part of why, and another reason why I make the games that I do, which is, could I attempt to get the tools or the tool sets to become a solo developer? Yes. But that key process of 2 plus lives impacting each other, making something really special from the result of that impact, and pushing a project to a specific end through the filter and perspective of the people, of the multiple people who work on it, I can uplift the voices of my collaborators through the way I talk about those games, because I didn't make them on my own, and through the processes of making them. If people can come away from making a game with me having improved in their craft and learn something either about themselves or about how to make games, or both, not because I'm like so good or so knowledgeable, but just through the process of these human souls interacting, then that was something worth making.
We got this whole we're ibbing and obbing.
Ibbing and obbing, that's a verb.
Yeah, it is, and we're doing it. Oh, okay. If you could sneak down and I could jump on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
Here we go.
Xalavier, you've described El Paso Elsewhere as your ultimate expression of vulnerability, and also the dream game that you promised you would never make. Can you pull back the curtain on the moment that changed for you and you decided to throw yourself into this game?
So I had a theory moving from process, from like the game is the most important thing, the process is the most important thing, that if you don't make your dream game, here.
There it is. Woo! Nice. Try that again. Ooh.
Oh, I think I need to land
get a little bit of perfect. Oh, do one more time for me. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, one more time. I lied. There it is.
So I have this theory that if you don't, the dream game is the most dangerous thing you can build, because it's a thing that will tempt you to sacrifice yourself and your collaborators on the perfect ideal of what this thing can be or mean, when there's never, like, that perfection is not only not guaranteed, it's, I think maybe you need to hop.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. For sure. Make sure I can get enough room. Yeah, you get ready there. Here it comes. Oh. Bye. That's definitely what.
No. When I, so you need to land there. I'm gonna bop you.
Yep.
You're gonna bop back down, and it will launch me up.
Beautiful melody right there. There it is.
There we go. But yeah, like, I had this theory for a little bit that, like, don't make your dream game, because the dream game is, if anything, it's useful as a tool to show you what you care about and what you can do. You can harvest elements from it to make other things, but if you try to make the totality of that vision, you can be destroyed in the process. Again, this comes from the perspective of, a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid seeing people, make their dream games for up to like decades and then being broken upon it and never coming back to the industry. I think you need to land on top of me.
So this, I think you do the jump and then I run over here. Yeah. Woo!
Yes.
Whoa.
Just by the skin of your teeth. To trust in your physics code that much, that's terrifying.
Right? I don't even want to know what goes into behind the scenes on doing that.
Maybe I need to come across.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I have this theory: you don't make your dream game, and I'll admit that part of that is a toxicity as well, right? I was afraid, and embracing for El Paso Elsewhere the idea that maybe that fear can drive a healthy way of making it, and if you pursue a very intentional manner and focus of what that thing can be, that making your dream game can be okay, has I think been another critical piece of like being a more healthy creator and collaborator.
I think it's great. And Xalavier, just like a game cannot come to fruition without the collaborative effect. We couldn't have made it here where we are today on top
Look
of
at this dance party. We've come so far.
Just breaking it down with the dance party. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I feel a little bit. Ibn Ab is the type of game that makes me feel like I'm cheating because I go for. I think it's safe to say I swing for the fences in terms of my game concepts, and there's a degree of fear there as well, right? That if I make just a game, the voices of myself and my collaborators will not be seen as valid or as necessary. That I have to be this kind of, and there's a degree of ego here as well, I'm sure, where it's like I have to be the person who makes the weirdest game you've heard of with the longest title that you've encountered. And yeah, when I encounter something like Ibn Ab, which can have very high concepts as well, but also when they have this brutal elegance in their systems and their worlds, when I see that razor's edge taken, it makes my own process feel so much more sloppy. Like, geez, this is like, this is pod racing moment, but for games, it's like, this is game development.
Totally wizard, Xalavier. Please let us know what you have going on in your life right now. What should people go check out, and where can they follow you, Xalavier?
The easiest way to figure out what I'm doing and how, because there's basically another game announced every week, is at Rit Nelson on Twitter or on TikTok. Our big projects that we're talking about right now is we're still supporting Space World Organ Trading Simulator. El Paso Elsewhere is in development, and it is speeding along with a really exciting pace. And actually, I just had an idea that I can't execute because we're on the other side. I think we can jump from that one character's head to be at the top of the stack and dancing.
Oh my God. All right, next season 2, Xalavier. You're coming back. We're getting on the tower. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, a comment, and subscribe to Digital Games. See you next time.